Now we go to Limpopo. A Mbilwi secondary school pupil is set to appear in court on April the 20th for a formal bail application. In a video that went viral this week, the teenager is seen assaulting and bullying fellow pupil Lufuno Mavhunga. Now, Mavhunga tragically took her own life following that incident. Our reporter Linda Kuhle attended the memorial service this morning and he joins us now. Linda, terribly tragic story and a particularly sad day, I would imagine, as friends and family gathered to remember young Lufuno. Talk us through how the day went.
Well, it was a very emotional day and a very difficult one for the family, as some of those pupils that were quite close with Lufuno Mavhunga had paid their tributes, had shared stories of what type of person Lufuno was just outside of her home. But you'd know that there was the family there was the SGP and many other stakeholders in that particular school. But the messages were very much sad, and one of the things that quite rings on my head all the time when I think about that memorial service is the friend that broke down on the podium, and what she was saying was that what about the promises we had made with each other? But it's another reflection of a life that was very much cut short. But the family has just also spoken in that particular memorial service. They were saying that one of the things they want is to see an active community in terms of the raising and upbringing of children. They did say that one of the things they are seeing is that bullying is a problem at this stage, and what they are calling for is in fact many people to take action in terms of ensuring that your child is not bullied and your child, importantly, is not a bully. But one also a thing that we did say is to move to the family house now, where we're seeing many people just coming in to pay their condolences. This has been the fashion for the whole week, and in fact I can tell you that some of the ANC Youth League activists had just come in. They are reiterating that call by the brother to say that we must be active in, every one of us must be active in ensuring that bullying is something that is rooted out. But let's take a listen to those that have come in supporting the family, but more so just giving messages of saying that mental health and bullying should be taken seriously at our schools.
We were touched when we saw the incidents that has happened, and to us it is a symbol of a bigger problem in our educational system and in the inconsistencies that exist in our educational system and in the inequalities that exist. And we believe if the Lufuno was in a white school, this was not going to happen, because in the white schools they have social workers, they have all the institutions that speak to mental health and all that infrastructure, but we do not have that in our schools. And then this says to us that there is an agency around government fast-tracking the issue of the presence of mental health care in our schools.
Raising really important issues there, Linda, about how crucial it is that we take note when children are being bullied or, in fact, are bullying others. It's all a sign of some sort of distress, something not working in the system. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you're learning around Lufuno's life? Had she been bullied for many months, many years before this? And also, if you can just update us on what you know about the girl who's been arrested as the bully. She's due to appear in court later this month. Just tell us more.
She did appear early today, as we understand, from the National Prosecuting Authority in the province of Limpopo. But we were able to just move around, speak to those that are quite close to Lufuno, particularly those that did not have the opportunity to actually stand in the podium and share some of their stories with. And one of the people we spoke to was a friend of Lufuno that is known to the family. And she told us that, in fact, she was quite devastated. She last spoke to Lufuno on Monday when she told her about the incident. But unfortunately, after a couple of hours moving to Tuesday, they later found out that Lufuno had passed on. There is quite devastation across, this particular area. Many people coming in, and what is encouraging, Sally, in fact, as I try to get in a few words or two from Charles Mpapuli here, one of the organizations that came here, the encouraging thing is that the family initially had called for help from the community to say, help us, lend us a helping hand in burying Lufuno. And one of those organizations that is here here, you will see selling many branded, T-shirts. Many organizations have come through here. But Mr. Charles, just very quickly, give us a sense of also why is it that you are here? You've elected to come here and support the family. But more importantly, some of those issues you were raising when we were speaking off camera about mental health and this bullying that you said is now becoming a pandemic. Just take us through that very quickly, my good sir.
Afternoon, sir. We decided to come here because we had the call and then things that happened here. So we decided we are defenders of the people, so we defend people. Where there's a cry, we try to help. So, like I said when we were speaking off camera, that mental health and bullying is a national pandemic, something that we need to look into and then we need to resolve as a community, because our movement is for the community, by the community. So when this great injustice happened, we took it upon ourselves to come here. We also are trying, we are going to have a national program where we will go to schools and teach against bullying and then mental health, because it can't be true that this issue is not looked into. So we want to look into that issue and see what we can do to help, because I think it's an African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. So that's one of the things that made us to come here. So as a community, we need to help. If our own community does not help, who else will help us? We need to be involved and try to restore dignity amongst our people.
Mr. Papuli, we are out of time, but thank you so much for giving us your time and just speaking, Sally, on sentiments that had been shared for quite some time now. They have been here for a couple of days, and when you meet people, when they delve into this particular conversation, everyone wants to chip in. Everyone is saying that it's time to realize that this is not an issue of education department, as much as they also are involved in this very much, but it is an issue that requires each and every one, community members, to come forth and actually make sure that they take charge in terms of the upbringing of the children in society. So these are some of the sentiments we are getting, particularly from those organizations, various number of them that have come to the family to offer their condolences to those that are at a bereavement at this stage.
Yeah, what a difficult moment. Let's hope at least some action will come out of it. Far too late, of course, for Lufuno, but maybe for others. Thank you so much, Lynn Kuhle-Kulu there in Limpopo.